You're welcome to this wealth creation masterclass on how to create wealth from nothing. Statistics show that less than 10% of people are financially free, while over 55% are in financial crisis. That's the reason for this broadcast. To teach you the wealth creation formula that will help you gain financial freedom, so it's extremely important you stay till the end of this broadcast. The host of this episode is Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. The topic is the pathway to wealth. By the end of this episode, you'll discover the 3 pillars of wealth creation, the 3 stages of time for every individual to create wealth, the ADC formula for wealth creation, the 70-30 rule of wealth creation, and so much more. If you stay till the end of this broadcast, I have special bonuses for you. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. And if you want to learn more on how to make, manage, and multiply your money, kindly visit www.theschoolofmoney.com.ng.
I want to start sharing with you today on what I've entitled The Pathway to Wealth. The Pathway to Wealth. I hope you have your pen and your paper ready. Let's lay some ground principles on ground. Number 1, the first thing you need to understand is that wealth is created. Wealth is created. And if wealth is going to be created, it simply means that there are ingredients for the creation of wealth. So wealth is created. Nobody succeeds by accident. Nobody just becomes successful or becomes wealthy just like that. No, if it's going to be, it's up to you, because there is no accidental success. So wealth is created, and in order for you to create wealth, you need to know the ingredients for wealth creation, and you also need to know that there is a process to wealth creation. That's the first ground rule, ground principle you need to note. The next thing you need to note is, if you're going to become wealthy and you're going to understand how to walk the pathway to wealth, number 1, you must realize that there is a wealthy place. You must realize that there is a place on earth where you can arrive at, where money will not be your problem. Because see, the way a lot of people see money is affected by their mindset. Money is nothing but just a tool for fulfilling purpose. When you are looking for money's sake, or you are looking for money for status sake, or you are looking for money so that you can show them, then life will show you. But when you're looking for money and you're making money for the purpose of being empowered enough to make a difference in your generation and to create value, then money will always find a way of gravitating towards you. So the thing you need to note is there is a wealthy place. There are people on earth today that live in a wealthy place. They don't have money problem. The problem they have is how to spend the money, or how to manage the money, or how to protect the money. But when it comes to making money, they've got that covered. So number 1, there is a wealthy place. There is a place where you can arrive at with integrity, with hard work, with smart work, and money is not going to be your problem. That's number 1. Number 2, there is a pathway that leads to that wealthy place. There is a wealthy place, and there is a path that leads to that wealthy place. That's the second thing you need to note. Now, if there is a wealthy place, which there is, and there is a path that leads to the wealthy place, discovering the path and taking the journey guarantees that you will get to the wealthy place in only a matter of time. Yes, discovering the path that leads to wealth and taking the journey guarantees that you will get to the wealthy place is only a matter of time. And what this broadcast is all about, especially this particular series, is all about unveiling to you that path that leads to the wealthy place, so that it will now be left to you whether you want to take the trip or not. I don't believe in get-rich-quick schemes. I don't believe in covetousness. I don't believe in greed. I don't believe in people trying to make money at all costs. No, I believe when you know how to create wealth and you are concerned about offering value and making a difference, then when you offer value, money flows in exchange for value. Now, if you are going to become wealthy, you must discover the pathway to wealth. And in order to take the trip on that pathway to wealth, you must be ready to do what you need to do. Now, all over the world, men and women have discovered the path that leads to the wealthy place. And people have been taking the trip every day. And many people have been arriving at the wealthy place every day. There are 3 steps on the pathway to wealth. I call them the 3 bus stops on the pathway to wealth. If you are ever going to become wealthy, the pathway to wealth is made up of number 1, financial intelligence, number 2, financial planning, number 3, financial discipline. Financial intelligence is the doorway into the pathway. Financial intelligence is the doorway into the pathway. Financial planning is the process in the pathway. Financial planning is the process in the pathway. And financial discipline is the guarantee on the pathway. Financial discipline is the guarantee on the pathway. When you have financial intelligence, the doorway is open unto you. When you have a financial plan, the process begins. But it's financial discipline that guarantees that you will arrive at the wealthy place, because if you don't stick to your plan, the plan will never be achieved. So if you are ever going to become wealthy, you need to go from one bus stop to another bus stop to another bus stop so that you can arrive at that destination called the wealthy place. So let's begin. Number one, to become wealthy, you need financial intelligence. You need financial intelligence. Financial intelligence is the understanding of money. Financial intelligence is the understanding of the inner workings of money. Financial intelligence is the understanding of what money is, where money is hiding, is the understanding of how to make, manage, and multiply your money. It's understanding cash flow, understanding compound interest, understanding inflation, understanding everything about money. Wow. You are like, am I going to go to school to read economics? No. You need to understand that if you are going to become successful, you need more than academic education. Academic education is not enough in the world of wealth creation. There are different kinds of education. If you get to the School of Money, you see the 7-star education, where I told about different kinds of educations you need to have. In order for you to become successful, you don't need only academic education. All that academic education will do for you is to help you to know how to read, write, and do mathematics. Yes, it's okay, but how many multi-millionaire professors do you know? We have professors of economics that don't know nothing. They don't know how to create wealth. Why? Because they have the theory, but they don't have the practical. And that's why, like I've said over the years, even if you have PhD in swimming technology, it doesn't make you a swimmer, because theory and practical are two different things. So number one, you need financial intelligence, and schools don't teach financial intelligence. A lot of people have gone to school, yet they still don't create wealth because schools were not set up to help you to be able to create wealth. Schools were set up so that you'll be able to know how to be an employee, not an employer. So people go to school, and when they come out of school, they come to beg to apply. It's easy for you today to see someone that has gone to school, they are BSc in business administration, yet they can't run a barbering salon successfully. They can't run a business successfully. Why? Because they have the practical and they have the theory, but they don't understand the practical. Now, listen and listen well. You need financial intelligence if you are going to create wealth. You need to know a lot of things about money. Because when you understand money, the money will gravitate towards you. How many of you like spending time with people that don't understand you? So if you don't like spending time with people that don't understand you, how do you expect money to spend time with you when you don't understand money? So if you want to become wealthy, you need financial intelligence. And in order to get financial intelligence, financial intelligence comes through personal development and capacity building. It comes through you making a commitment to be a student in the school of life, to be a student in the school of continual education, and to continue to learn, read books, buy tapes, attend seminars, do all you can to develop yourself and become knowledgeable in the area of finances. You know what? If you want to succeed in any area of life, you must read the number of books commensurate to your age in that area. So if you want to succeed in your finances and you are 30 years old, you must read at least 30 books on finances. If you are 45 years old, you must read at least 45 books on finances to succeed in finance. Any area of life where you want to succeed in, read the number of books that is commensurate to your age in that area, and to position you. So you want to become wealthy, you need financial intelligence, and it's reading books, attending seminars, buying tapes, so that you can become knowledgeable. Once you know how to create wealth, it will now be left for you to develop a plan and stick to your plan and arrive. Now, financial intelligence is the first step on the pathway to wealth. Once you have financial intelligence, I call it the doorway into the pathway. The second step, financial planning. Now, financial planning is that personal development, wealth creation agenda that you put in place to achieve your financial goal. So if you want to arrive at the wealthy place, you need a financial plan. You know by now that if you fail to plan, you have already planned to fail. Proper planning prevents poor performance. If you plan well, you will do well. No one will plan your life for you if you don't plan it for yourself. So in order for you to become wealthy, in order for you to create wealth, you must have a financial plan. Financial intelligence is the starting point. Financial plan is the real process. I call it the real McCoy. That's how we separate the boys from the men. You want to create wealth? You need a financial plan. You need to be able to have a plan on how to achieve that desired goal for your financial life. Now, let's begin to, I hope you have your pen and your paper. Let's begin to break it down because this is the meat of it all. When we talk about a financial plan, in order for you to successfully have a plan, you must be able to answer some basic questions. In the School of Money, I've written down all the questions you need to answer in order to be able to position yourself for a successful financial plan. When it comes to financial planning, there are 3 dimensions to your life. The first stage of everyone's life is called the learning stage of life. And that's the first 25 years of your life. So in the first 25 years of your life, you're expected to be learning. So by the age of 25, whether it's through a tertiary institution, through a skill acquisition or a technical institution, or through learning a trade, by the age of 25, you must have enough information and you must have learned enough to move you into the second phase of your life. Now, if by the age of 25 you are still confused about life, by the age of 25 you still don't have a purpose and a direction for your life, then your life is behind schedule. But after the first 25 years of your life, you move into the second stage. The second stage of your life is between the age of 26 to the age of 50. And that's called the earning stage of life. That's the stage of life where you are expected to be earning an income with the information you have from the first stage. But guess what? There are people that are in the second stage of life still trying to achieve what they should have achieved in the first stage of life. So if you find yourself listening to me right now, you're 26 years and above, you don't have a degree, you don't have a qualification, you don't have a certification, you have not learned anything completely that you can use to earn an income, your life is behind schedule. That's why it's amazing. You see a lot of people thinking they are young. Oh, I'm still young. At 27, you are not young. At 27, I was already married. By 28, I had my first child. At 24, I started a ministry. By the age of 21, I started my first business. So you can't sit down there and tell me you are young at 27. It's a delusion. You see a lot of people, they get into university today, and the first thing they want to find out is how many guest hostels do we have, not where is the library. And that's why I see a lot of people failing because they don't understand how to manage their life. If by the age of 26, you are still trying to sort out your life, then you need to move fast. Between the age of 26 and 50, you must have earned everything you need to earn. That's the time you need to get married, give birth to your child, do all the work you need to do, retire, get your own house, start your own business, and then you are now ready for the third stage of life. The third stage of life is the turning stage, and that's between the age of 51 to 75. That's the time you're supposed to be turning around to mentor the next generation. If at 50, you are still a tenant, your life is behind schedule. If at 50, you are still working and pursuing money by salary, your life is behind schedule. If at 50, you're not married, no children, your life is already behind schedule. So you need to plan. I decided to say this so that you will understand the need for you to plan. Because many times we deceive ourselves, there's still time, there's still time. There's still time, there's still time. Is what makes the rat to continue to eat the bait until it is caught in the trap. And many of us are caught in the rat race. And like I've said over and over again, even if you win the rat race, you are still a rat. So in order for you to become wealthy, you need to have financial planning. Now, there are 3 steps or dimensions or operations or steps and things you need to do in financial planning. In financial planning, you need to do what I call the ADC. A, ascertain your location. D, determine your destination. C, choose your vehicle. What do I mean by that? A means ascertain your location. Where are you now? If you don't know where you are, you can't navigate your way to where you need to be. If you call any airline right now that you want to buy a ticket, the very minute you call them, the first thing they will ask you is, if you say, I want to buy a ticket to New York, I want to buy a ticket to Johannesburg, I want to buy a ticket to Abuja, they will ask you from where. They need to know where you are. They need to know where you're going to commence the journey from in order to help you navigate the cost of your journey. So ascertaining your location is asking yourself the simple question, how old are you now? How much are you worth? How much do you earn? What are the possible income streams around you that you can take advantage of? Because if you are listening to me right now and you are 20 years old, and someone else is listening to me right now and you are 45 years old, you are on different starting points. Because what a 20-year-old man can sacrifice and go through, a 45-year-old man does not have enough time to still do it. If you need 20 years in order to create wealth, and you start at the age of 20, by 40 you are there. But if you start at the age of 45, you'll be 65 before you get there. So number one, ascertain your location. Where are you? How much are you worth? The second thing is determine your destination. It will be an assumption to think that everybody wants to succeed or everybody wants to get into that wealthy place, because your definition of wealthy place may be different from my own definition of wealthy place. So we have a lot of people whose definition of the wealthy place is just to be able to have enough money to have food to eat, to put clothes on their body, and to be able to pay their bills. That's their definition of the wealthy place. So you have to determine what your own definition of the wealthy place is. So what do you mean by your own wealthy place? You have to determine your destination. You have to let yourself know where you are going to get to that will help you know that you have arrived. Because if you don't know where you are going to, you won't know when you get there. That's why a lot of people, have you ever found yourself looking for a place? And then you ask me, say, please, I'm looking for this place. They say, oh, you're already there. This is where you're looking to. Because you don't know where you're going to, you are busy asking so many questions. So you need to ascertain your location, determine your destination. Once you have done these two things, the next thing is to choose your vehicle. Now, I want to talk to you about vehicles. If, for instance, now you've ascertained your location, you know where you are, you know what you have and what you don't have. You've determined your destination, you know where you want to get to. Probably you want to tell yourself, okay, by the age of 50, I want to be a billionaire. Or by the age of 50, I want to have 100 houses that will be giving me a cash flow of 100 million per annum. Whatever it's your destination, the next you need to do is to choose your vehicle. Now, as it is in the natural, so it is in the financial. A vehicle is a means or a mode of transportation. A vehicle is a mode of transportation that takes you from point A to point B. So if you want to move from point A to point B, you need a vehicle. You can decide to trek, you can decide to ride a bicycle, you can decide to take a motorbike, you can decide to take a car or train or ship or boat, or you can decide to fly. But guess what? Listen and listen very well. You need to understand that as it is in that natural realm, that's the same way it is in the financial realm. Vehicles are modes of transporting you from your present financial level to your desired financial position. If you want to move from where you are financially to where you need to be financially, you need a vehicle. Now, listen. Let me ask you a question. Is it possible to trek? Now, listen. Is it possible to trek from one state in your country to another state in your country? Is it possible? Yes, it is. It's possible to trek from one state to another state, but it may take you days, it may take you weeks, it may take you months. Now listen and listen well. If one man decides to trek from one state to another state, and another man decides to take a car, to ride a car or use a car, and another man decides to fly, who will get there first? The first person to arrive will be the man that is flying, followed by the man that is driving. The man that is trekking will get there, if at all it eventually gets there. Now listen, the man that decided to fly, did he get there before the man that was trekking because he was better? No. Did he get there because he was more intelligent? No. Did he get there because he was more qualified? No. Did he get there because he was more favored? No. Did he get there because he has some special powers? No. He got there simply because he used a faster vehicle. Now, that's the way life operates. Life does not give you what you deserve. Life gives you what you negotiate. So a lot of people are wondering, I don't know how they are doing it. All these young boys, they must be doing false business. Where do they get all this money from? We have labored and labored and labored. We can't even, it's because you are trekking. You see, civil service, working to earn a salary, is like trekking to the wealthy place. Many of you are listening to me right now, you are working, you are hard workers, you are working hard. But hard work and smart work are two different things. Now listen, you can work for 25, 30 years to get 5, 10 million. While somebody else can get the same 5 or 10 million by one deal, one business deal, legal business deal. So listen, it's your vehicle that determines how early you arrive. So in the world of wealth creation, there are different vehicles. If you get the School of Money, you're going to see all the different vehicles of wealth creation. But many people, all they know is paid employment. But there are different dimensions of vehicles that you can use. Real estate is a vehicle. Starting your own business is a vehicle. Capital market is a vehicle. Intellectual property is a vehicle. Over 20 different vehicles of wealth creation that we outlined in the School of Money. And then if you keep listening on this broadcast, I'm going to share with you on one of the episodes on the vehicles of wealth creation. Now, in order for you to become wealthy, you need financial intelligence, financial planning, and finally, you need financial discipline. Now, financial discipline is where we separate the men from the boys. Now, you've listened to me right now. It's easy for me to say all that I'm saying right now. It's easy for me to churn out the principles and churn out. But when it comes to practical, that is where we know who is really ready. Because let me tell you something. When you begin to practice wealth creation principles and you make up your mind to live by these principles, that's when you will realize that it takes a high level of discipline. It takes discipline for you to be able to create wealth. Because every time you have money and you are thinking of saving or investing, there will be a lot of expenses around you. There will be a lot of things trying to get the same money off you. You are the one that will now determine whether the money will go for waste or it will go for investment. Listing and listing well. Financial discipline is you rising above waste. Financial discipline is you learning how to delay gratification. Because many people make money today, but they don't plan for tomorrow. Listing and listing well. It is not how much you make that matters. It is what you do with what you make that matters. A lot of people don't delay gratification, so they waste all their money because they think there's still time. People always have this belief that, oh, money will always come, I'll always make money. It doesn't work like that. Life is not a straight line. If you eat tomorrow's food today, you're going to be hungry tomorrow. If you wear tomorrow's clothes today, you're going to be naked tomorrow. If you live tomorrow's life today, you ain't going to have no life to live tomorrow. So it's very important for you to discipline yourself, delay gratification, pay the price now, so that when you are old, you'll be able to relax and be eating from the dividends of your labor. Because the price you refuse to pay as a youth, you will pay as an elderly man, but it will be with a lot of interest that you need to pay. So now, how do I plan my life? I want to now talk to you about the 70-30 principle. Now, you see, no matter what you earn, you need to understand that every money that comes into your hand, 30% of that money does not belong to you. So when you earn an income, make sure you do everything you can to live within 70% of your income. Now, if you live within 70% of your income, it will help you to be able to create a future for yourself. Whatever 70% of your income cannot give to you is not yet yours to enjoy. So don't be in a hurry. You need to understand that they have not stopped manufacturing cars, they have not stopped manufacturing clothes, they have not stopped manufacturing gadgets. So whatever you can't get today, you get it tomorrow, and you end up getting a better model of it. Now listen. So when you get any money, say you get 10,000. Once you get that 10,000, separate it into two. 70% of it is what you should begin to budget on. 30% of it does not belong to you. 10% belongs to God. It belongs to your Creator. Oh, I don't believe in that. No problem. You need to understand that at least 10% of your money must exit your life in order for you to continue to perpetuate life, because giving is living. Check all through life. The law of giving and receiving is a law of life. So 10% belongs to God. 20% belongs to your future. If you save between 10 to 20% of all the income that comes into your hand, you'll be amazed at how much multiplication you will have. A lot of people spend 10, 20, 30 years working without any savings. If you are not saving, you are not safe. So you need to understand that as you make money, you put at least 10 to 20% of that money into your future. And that's the way it works. Now, once you earn any income, just make sure that you live within the 70% of that income, no matter how small it is. You say, oh, but there's no way I can pay for a house with that kind of money. Then squat while you are trying to gather your wealth, because you need to understand that the future you create is the future you inhabit. Now, listen to this. Do you know that today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday? Yes. Today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday. There's really no tomorrow anywhere. Yesterday ended last night. So every time you talk about tomorrow, that tomorrow is a blank, vacant, empty shell. Now, what you do today is what determines what that tomorrow will be. That's why we say the way you lay your bed is the way you will lie on it. So make sure you live within 70% of your income. And then you give 10% out to God or charity or whatever you want to call it, and then save at least 20% of your income. Because in wealth creation, we teach people to have between 6 to 8 months of their living expenses saved up in cash. If you lose your job today, every money you need to sustain yourself for 6 to 8 months, you must have it sitting down cash somewhere. So that in case you lose your job, you can spend the next 6 to 8 months looking for another job without having to end up becoming a welfare case. And there are a lot of people listening to me right now, they are just 1 month away from welfare, 2 months away from welfare, 3 weeks away from welfare. Once they lose their job today, within 2 weeks, they have started begging and borrowing money. It simply means you are not planning your life the way it's supposed to be planned. And guess what? Nobody will do it for you. It's yours to do for yourself, because if it's going to be, it's up to you. So once you begin to separate between 10 to 20% of your income into savings, then that is what you will now use to start an investment. Now listen, there's a difference between savings and investment. Savings is setting money aside for a purpose, while investment is sending money on assignment for a return. So you save towards an investment. So as you begin to save between 10 to 20% of your income every month, or every time you get an income, it becomes a lump sum that you can now invest into a vehicle that will now help you to be able to create that wealth.
Are you struggling to build wealth or gain financial freedom? If so, you're not alone. Research shows that less than 5% of adults have gained financial stability in the past 5 years. This is as a result of poor financial foundation and lack of financial intelligence. But the good news is I have a solution for you today. I want to introduce to you our Wealth Creation Audio Bundle. This audio bundle will teach you step-by-step proven strategies and principles on how to build and preserve wealth. The audio bundle covers in much details topics such as the pathway to wealth, retirement planning, strategies to preserve wealth. This audio bundle is for those tired of struggling with financial crisis, for those that want to learn the proven formula for wealth creation, for those that want to retire young and rich, for those tired of living from paycheck to paycheck, for those that want to come out from the rat race. The list can go on and on. But if you're not ready to take the necessary steps that will help you live a wealthy lifestyle, this audio bundle is not for you. The Wealth Creation Audio Bundle is currently on a discounted price. If you're interested and want to get more info, check the description section of this broadcast to access the link. Finally, for those that stayed to the end of this broadcast, I'm giving you my free guide titled How to Create Wealth from Nothing. Also, check the description section of this broadcast to download it.